when he was hurt, found out he was at the 95th Evacuation Hospital, which was in Da Nang, and Da Nang was in I Corps, like he mentioned. And his mother said it'd be wonderful if Frank could get over and visit. So, realizing letters took about a week to go back and forth, I didn't know if we were ever going to meet each other. And I called over to the hospital and asked if he could have visitors, and they said, oh yes. Because, you know, sometimes things were different, sometimes they weren't. So anyway, I found out where he was, and I took the trip over there. It was about 5-6 miles, and spent part of the day with him and stuff. And then you were leaving, I think it was about a week and a half. And then I went back, and then I tried to get over there again, but they closed off a bridge that we couldn't cross. So anyway, just saw him the one time, but that was how it was, just through letters from my wife and his mom.
Okay, and when was that?
That was in April of 1970. Happened to run into Don here one day, and we just started talking about
all kinds of things.
Yeah, just different things about school and what we did, and then we mentioned, well, I started working at Terrell when I got back from Vietnam, and he said, well, I started with the post office, and I said, oh, you were in Vietnam. Well, then that kind of started a whole series of questions and comments and everything, and then we found out, weird.
He said, we were talking, as Frank said, and then he said, are you Don Stevens, the ex-postmaster? And I said, yeah, I see him. He said, I'm mad at you. And I thought, what the hell did I do as postmaster that 20 years later he'd be mad at me, because I've been gone for 20 years. And he wasn't mad at me at all about that. It was like 50 some years we've been in the same city.
Yeah.
And we never took the opportunity to get together and say hi, or thank you, or remember me. So he wasn't mad at me. It was just a way of talking back. It was like, you know when a door opens and all of a sudden you start seeing lots of things you haven't seen before, like when you were a kid, all the stuff's put away and it all starts coming back? That's what it was. A door had opened when Frank said, you remember, and I said, Frank Moss. The door opened, and I just start recalling all kinds of information about that, and I start remembering things. I mean, Sioux City's a pretty small place, not like Chicago. You run in, and I was postmaster, so by my position, I got to know a lot of people and see a lot of people, and we live, but miles from each other, a few miles from each other. I lived at Western Iowa Tech, and he lived on Morningside Avenue. So
By Latham Park,
by the crow flies, maybe 2-3 miles away at the most, 2 miles away. Never saw each other. Or if we saw each other, our memories never brought us back together.
Right.
What does it mean to you to reunite with him?
It's just very special. I didn't know him. He went to Heelan. I graduated from East, and of course we were rivals. But I mean, when you're, in Vietnam, you're not rivals. It was just special. And something you think, well, yeah, that's cool. And like Don said, then it goes in the back of your mind, and 50 years later, you realize, wow,